The last time you saw this motor, it was all together, had an intake on it, looked like it was ready for the front cover and transition to the run stand, which it was. At least I thought it was. And so after I'd gotten the intake on and everything was buttoned up, I wanted to spin it over. I wanted to lube the cylinders. I wanted to make sure that it was ready to kind of go the next step. And so lo and behold, I went to spin it over and it wouldn't go all the way around. And that was not what I was expecting. The motor was nice and smooth. Everything seemed good all the way up until it was not good. So I thought, well, we're gonna have to go ahead and pull it apart a little bit and do a little autopsy on why now all of a sudden it won't spin over. So I pulled the intake back off. Only took a few minutes, seeing how we were right here in front of the bench. And I pulled the heads off and I did a peek to see what could have happened. Was there moisture that I missed? Or was there something that I was kind of figured might be in there, and that is some kind of carbon buildup. So I pulled it apart and there was no moisture. What probably had happened from me blowing in the intake ports and blowing everything around as I'm trying to clean all that crap out so it doesn't, cause us problems, is I probably broke loose some of the carbon that was both in the cylinder or on the inside of the cylinder head. And then it fell down to the bottom of the bore right there where the piston comes up against the head. And it said, we're not going to go over anymore because it's full of gunk. So that means we're going to do a little bit deeper dive on kind of cleaning the carbon out of it. The motor had been quite a long time since it had run, so no doubt it probably ran fine up until it was pulled out. And then over time and heat cycles, even if it's just being out in the Arizona heat, the carbon dried out a little bit and it, created this problem. So next step is going to be clean all of this carbon out. So we're going to clean, pop the pistons off, mainly get all of the gunk out of it. We're going to make sure the cylinders look fine. There's really not much ridge in the motor, so that's nice. We're going to get all of that cleaned out and all of that debris from inside of the combustion chamber cleaned out. And we're going to take the heads, and what I'm going to do is, because it's easy for me to do, I'm going to bust these heads down. I'm going to clean them, and I'm going to do a real quick valve gel on it. Does it need it? It probably doesn't. It probably doesn't need a valve gel. I doubt any of the valves are leaking. You can see it's, it looks like a motor that's been sitting, so that, it doesn't look brand fresh, like it's a brand new motor just pulled off of the shelf. But, they're basically clean. Everything, nothing's been wet or anything like that. So I'm going to do a quick valve job on it. That shouldn't take very long. And we'll clean up the heads. We'll clean up the rest of this, get all the gasket surfaces taken care of. And I'm going to go ahead at that point, pull the front cover and get all that cleaned up. I've got the gaskets in to do that. We'll get the front of the motor buttoned up so that it's all fresh and clean. The timing cover's a little dirty just because it's the one that was there. We're going to get it all cleaned up. We'll get everything kind of, we're going to do more work than I really wanted to. This whole step is more than I wanted to, but this is exactly what can happen when you start down this path of saying, can I get this, where are we at on this motor? So it's not a shocker, and I'm at the point now where I don't want to leave it. I don't want to leave a pile of parts that I then have to do something with later. I'm going to go ahead and get everything cleaned up and get it buttoned up and put back together so it can be ready for the next project. So, quick update, not exactly what I was hoping to share, but it is what it is when you're messing with these motors. It's nothing catastrophic. We're going to end up doing a quick valve job, spinning a set of head gaskets on it, and the motor's never been apart, so we'll give it a little more life. I'm confident that after we do that, it's going to run fine. I'm not too worried about that, and I think we should be set. Here is the progress on the little motor. So the heads have come off. You've seen inside, a lot of carbon in the cylinders. So I've cleaned up the decks. I've prepped them for new head gaskets. I've cleaned up the top of pistons, cleaned out all of the buildup of carbon. So everything looks good now. And I pulled the front cover I had on it off to clean it up, and it wasn't going to make the program. So I ordered a new front cover for it, and I did not have a good used one, and so I will put a new one on it, and that's pretty much it. The cylinders are nice. It has a little bit of ridge, but not much considering it's a used motor, so not bad at all. And I'm still rolling the dice on this one. With that, nothing more. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm Clay for Chop Shop Motors, and we'll see you on the next project.